Hey there, YouTubers. This is Kitten Hoarder, and you're watching Session Report, the show that brings you to the gamer's table to share in the surprises that come up during play. Today I will be playing Stowaway 52 for my first video session report. This was originally recorded as part 2 of my sort of I'm back video, but I decided to split them into 2 since there's not so much in common actually between the 2. So you might hear a few references to the earlier video. If you find that confusing, go back and watch it and you'll be able to again find out what the session report series is all about. So without further ado, I'm going to switch camera angles for Stowaway 52. Okay there, so here we have Stowaway 52, and again, since I have changed camera angles, I just wanted to do a short explanation. What you see here, this is my sort of home office slash game room. I'm using it primarily as a game room currently because I'm doing most of my work out of the home right now. But when I do have things to do, if I need to be somewhere by myself, this is where I set up. I just put a tablecloth over this one. This is my gaming tablecloth. It's soft, and get to work. So you might notice cat box over there. Please do not be disturbed by that. And over in the corner there, you might see what looks like a sort of a messy pile of trash. What that actually is, that's a box of shipping materials in case I end up, having a math trade and or any sort of requirement to ship a game to somebody. I want to always make sure I have sufficient packing materials so nobody's getting just a poorly packed, beat up box. So just wanted to get that out of the way because I'm sure people will notice that and wonder what's up. Back to Stowaway 52. So the reason that I want to play this game right now is, like I mentioned, I'm planning on doing this really sort of extensive playthrough of Pandemic Legacy, and that's something that you really can only do in one take because of the way the game works. I can't play a game and then rewind and re-record that game because of the permanent changes that will have happened. Because I'm working with new hardware, I wanted to focus on something much simpler, just to sort of get my feet wet, make sure I'm comfortable with. Alright, YouTubers, I'd like to apologize for that. Apparently what I was concerned about happening did in fact happen, and I had a little bit of a glitch converting the video during the editing process, and I lost some of the footage. So you're going to see sort of bits and pieces. The video is missing a proper conclusion. I hope you'll bear with me. Obviously there's no way I can replay the exact game that I played, but I will do my best to upload another video of Stowaway 52 in the future. Thank you very much. Okay, I am back, and checked the camera angles. Everything actually looks perfect, so hopefully I can continue whatever I was doing. So, I find myself in a larger domed room. There are 2 doors here. They are the same size with the same type of lights. I can't read the alien language to know what either door says. So I can go for the door with the long name or the shorter name. Well, the door with the long name seems like it would be a pretty important room, so I'm going to go for the door with the longer name. That's the 7 of hearts, so let's figure out. Here it is. You find yourself in a large, quiet room. This room is like a museum, with lots of objects in illuminated display cases, covered in glass. There's a decorative door on the other side of the room. So I can go to the other door on the other side or look for something to use as a weapon. I know for a fact this Jack of Clubs is going to be a blaster, so I'm going to go grab the blaster before I leave the room. Alright, freeze ray. You find a freeze ray. This might come in handy. From here you have two main ways to continue exploring the ship. You're getting a sense that there is more to the alien agenda than you previously thought. So, just briefly going to describe this freeze ray. This is an item. So when I'm playing this game, I actually have played this game on the bus a lot, and you can play it basically with one hand. And what I tend to do is I have the cards turned downwards. All of the cards that I've currently looked at are stacked on the facing me, the side facing me, with face up. And then the cards that are items, I just sort of tuck these above so that you can see the names. But since I have a nice large surface to play on, I'm just going to set this in a separate column here to know that I have the freeze ray. So I can crawl through an opening or climb up an air duct. I sort of feel like going up the air duct would be a bad idea. I think that leads back to the flight controls, if I'm remembering correctly. So I'm going to go through small opening, 5 of spades. All right. You're in a narrow service corridor. Lights stream across the walls as if pointing the way. You hear something and look down the hall. 2 aliens are walking your way. Perfect. I'm going to shoot them with a freeze ray. Ace of spades. And I bet you this is going to get me a big score. Yeah, look at that. 15 points. You're face to face with a group of frozen aliens. You are not sure how long before they thaw, and their eyes eerily look like they're still alert. So I can sneak past the aliens or look for something useful on them. I'm going to look for something useful. I might get something good. Alright, the yellow key card. You find a yellow key card. You are now at the entrance to the bridge of the ship. It feels both good and scary to be here. Maybe it's time to leave. So, remember I started out on the bridge, so I'm in danger of backtracking to places I've already been. I'm going to go... turn out the lights on the bridge. That's the 5 of spades. And you know what? I'm going to actually cover all these up because I don't want to sort of cheat by seeing where I've already been. I'd rather not know if I've hit a dead end until I hit it. So, 5 of diamonds. You are on the bridge of the alien ship. Everything is dark except for various workstations. Some of them you can figure out how to use. Well, I could go to the flight controls. I know for a fact I've been there. So I'm going to open the cargo bay doors. You are on the alien ship and sirens are going off all over. You can hear alien voices and they sound like they are coming in your direction. You can get on the elevator or hide under a computer panel. I'm going to do that. You are hiding on the alien ship. There's a vent directly above your hiding place. While hiding, you hear alien orders being shouted over the intercom system. Then you see aliens running out the door. I could follow them or get into the air ducts. If I follow them, I think I might need to use my freeze ray again, and I've already used that, so I think that would be backtracking. I'm going to get in the air ducts. You are now crawling through the air ducts of the alien ship. Crawling feels wrong, so you start looking for a way out. There are several vents that you can use to get out into rooms on the ship. Look for an important room or get out at your next chance. Well, I do have a key card, so I'm going to look for something important. You're in a small room that looks like it was used to store important stuff. there are still 2 boxes in here. Hopefully they contain items you can use when the option first presents itself. I can open the big box or the small box. Neither of them contain something I have, so I'm going to go for the... I'm going to go for the small box. Ah, I thought so. The computer sphere. This one's really important. You find a computer sphere. Alien voices are heading your way. You should secure yourself a hiding place before taking flight. So I can hide in a crate or in the closet. I'm going to go hide in the closet. You're in a small storage closet. The smell in here is absolutely awful. There are various boxes and equipment lying around. There's a ladder that goes up through a door in the ceiling. So I can loot the room or climb the ladder. I'm going to loot the room. The red key card. You find a red key card. The room you're in has 2 ways out. There's a door and a ladder that goes up through the ceiling. You can hear commotion outside the door. Well, if I go outside the door, I bet I will be face to face with the aliens again. So I'm going to climb up the ladder. So I'm going to check that. 5 of spades. Have I? Yep. That is where I fought the aliens. So, climbing up the ladder, Queen of Hearts. Come on, come on. All right. Yes! You're in a watchtower overlooking... Alright, there's a few little typos in this game. It doesn't really get in the way of enjoying it, but for a narrative game, just a word of advice to anybody out there who wants to be a publisher. If you're publishing something that relies primarily on sort of the flavor text, or any sort of text, please get a professional proofreader look it over, because I consistently am seeing, particularly in board games, narrative-heavy games that are full of really embarrassing typos. So, please, you don't want your game to be brought down just because you missed a few things. Okay, back to overlooking a fleet of smaller alien ships. The console near the window has a half-sphere depression in it. The door to the room has flashing lights all around it. I'm going to put the computer sphere here. So I should mention, see how this says put the computer sphere in the console? And you can't really see it, but computer sphere is a different color. It's a light gray. And that's because this requires that I have the item computer sphere, which I forgot to put over here. If it required the red key card, it would be in red. If it required the freeze ray, it would be in blue. So sometimes, that's the really cool thing about this game. Otherwise, it would be a little too easy, I think, to find the proper path through the cards. But because the items can be used to unlock different options, it's a lot trickier to find the correct path. So I'm going to, anyway, go to 3 of diamonds. You're on the alien ship, and a maintenance console appears before you that looks like thermal controls. You see a group of aliens come through a door and go into private little rooms. So I can turn down the heat or go into the rooms the aliens just left. Let's turn down the heat. That seems like that might be an important story-related action. Aliens are yelling something and heading your way. You see a small door to a storeroom nearby. It looks like you can squeeze under a portion of the wall behind you. I can go into the storeroom or crawl under the opening. I think I'm going to crawl under the opening. I think I've been to the storeroom. And the idea, as far as I understand it, behind not being able to go back to cards that you've already gone to is because, you know, you are sneaking through this ship. So going back to a card you've already gone to and reaching a dead end that way is, as I understand it, as I picture it at least, is thematically equivalent to being captured, right? So if I went back into the storeroom, it would just so happen that the aliens are in there and I would be caught. Some people might be bothered by this, but I actually am surprisingly not... I have surprisingly few problems with how this works thematically. Anyway, you are in a dimly lit engine room. You can see a bright corridor on the other side of the generator, and there's an elevator behind you. It is always a good idea to look before you leap. So I could head down the corridor or again the elevator. I'm going to check the corridor, although I think I might have been there. Nope. You're in a dimly lit corridor. Lights are flickering, and you can see a pair of wires hanging loose from the ceiling. You get the sense you're going to need some sort of weapon to get off this ship. I can reattach the wires or keep moving. I'm going to reattach those wires. You can feel the ship turning and starting to move downward. Down always feels right in space, despite the fact that without gravity, there is no up or down. Now this is a really interesting card, because there's actually two identical text cards here. So that's another sort of interesting wrinkle to this try to find the ideal path through the deck thing. Which of these cards are you intended to trigger in which situation, if that makes any sense? There's also a really cool, basically there's two cards that are opposite ends of a corridor. One card leads to the other and vice versa. So that's sort of like a choke point. You need to pass through that set of cards once and only once each game, because whatever option you came from, you can't go back there. So you need to sort of pass through in one direction only. So knowing which direction to pass through in order to get the ideal path is, I think, a key to solving the game, if I ever did try to solve it. Right now I sort of just enjoy playing this story and getting the best score I can. Okay, sorry, I need to go through a large nearby doorway or head in the main hall. Gonna go through, I'm gonna head in, no, go through the doorway. I actually don't feel very strongly about either choice there. And I think I've been through the large doorway. It's an 8 of hearts. There it is. Okay. So, first dead end. If the other option is a dead end, I have lost. Oh my gosh. Is the other option a dead end? Darn, I should have gotten on that elevator. 2 of spades. Oh, wait. I was looking for the 2 of diamonds. 2 of spades. I might still be able to... there we go. Yes! Yellow key card. You're on some unknown part of the ship. You see an alien talking to itself while working on a computer screen, and you see a yellow key card on the floor behind him. Oh, this is just another way to get the key card. Darn. I'm going to try to move past him. You are at the flat end of a large cone-shaped room. This is the one. This is the room that you have to go through in one direction only. You're at the flat end of a large cone-shaped room. Aliens are running back and forth, yelling loudly at each other. No one seems to notice you. I can try to get across the room or hug the wall, scooting toward a large archway. I'm going to do that. Yes! Alright, this is where I can use the keycard. You're in what appears to be the communications control room of the alien ship. There are plans and papers all over. There's a nondescript panel with a keycard slot. Put the yellow keycard in the slot. Yes, I will. The lights on the whole ship are flickering, and static is coming across the ship's intercom. There's a ladder heading up through the ceiling next to a hallway door. You know, I've never actually climbed up that ladder yet, I think. Queen of Hearts. Let me see. Oh, no, I've been to the Queen of Hearts. Yes, so I need to go into the hallway. 10 of clubs. You're in a narrow service corridor. A large screen is displaying several cubes and a bunch of spheres, but only one cone. That's a hint for sure, but I'm not sure exactly what it means yet. The flat end of the cone is blinking. Lights scroll across the walls as if pointing the way. I can follow the scrolling light or head the other way. Let's see. I'm going to follow the light. I'm feeling lucky about this playthrough. Oh, no, I can't. Been there. I'm going to go the other way. Alright. You're in a nexus of corridors. You hear voices down one corridor, and you hear whirring equipment down another. Now, I think the voices is once again going to take me to those aliens I blasted with the freeze ray. No? No, it's going to take me to the alien talking to itself with the yellow key card. So I'm going to go toward the equipment corridor. Oh, dear. Have I been there? Ah, good. Yes, and now I can use the red key card. I'm going to get a really good score on this one. I might even make it through. You are now in a large room with a computer console in it. It is covered with buttons. There's a slot for a key card. Hopefully somehow you will learn the way to the escape pods. Gonna do that. Red key card. And see, that's the thing about this game. I think if you sat down with it and you really studied the cards and you mapped it out, made notes, you could solve the game. But I'm not really concerned with that. I'm trying my hardest not to remember what I've exactly done after each playthrough. At least I'm not taking notes. I'm just using my memory and sort of getting an instinct for the layout of the ship, which I think is actually very relevant to the theme of the game. Right? You're on this alien spaceship. It's foreign. It's, it's, you might wander around and sort of get to know it, but it's still inherently alien. So I think sort of this half knowledge of how the cards fit together is really, really spot on for the feel that the game is trying to get across. You're at a computer terminal with a map of the ship on the display. You are able to figure out a few of the controls for some of the rooms. I can open the cargo bay doors, which I think I've done, but I think I've also turned out the lights on the bridge. I'll go for the bridge one. Hopefully that's a different card. Oh my gosh. Okay. It looks like I might have been captured. So if I turn out the lights on the bridge, that's the 5 of diamonds. If I open the cargo bay doors, that's a 4 of diamonds. So definitely, on a further later playthrough, I want to go this, this, this. Because if I go this, this, I'm locking myself out of this choice. But in this playthrough, unfortunately, I am finished. I have been captured, and now I add up my score, and depending on what card, what suit I ended on, I'll get a different ending. So, 20 points here. And I'll just sort of group the cards together. Okay. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 150, 180, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So 198, if I didn't confuse myself there. 198 on a diamond. Let's see what the ending is. I scored 150 or more points, so I get one of the better endings. And a diamond. Something is wrong. You hear an explosion elsewhere on the ship, then a second, and a third. Each explosion is closer than the last. Maybe you stop the alien attack, but at what cost? So something I've done has caused mayhem. I'm probably not making it off the ship alive. If you score the perfect 275 points, you get to read that. I, of course, have not cheated and read ahead. But I think I've gotten the majority of the endings, particularly the lower scoring ones. Alright, so that is Stowaway 52. It's published by Project Danger, and it's designed by Floyd Pretz. I believe Floyd Pretz is sort of the only person behind Project Danger. And they've also done a few other things. They've done sort of a light party game sort of thing, and some solo single sheet games. But Stowaway 52, for my money, is one of the better cheap portable games you can get. Great narrative, very, very easy to carry around. Just play a few cards when you have a chance. But you really get this strong feeling of actually exploring this ship with danger around every corner, despite the fact that you are only making binary choices and you're never backtracking. So it's really, really cool, well-designed game. I highly recommend you go onto Project Danger website, try to find some sort of a contact information, and please let Floyd know that he needs to be making some more 52 adventure games, because these are great stuff. And that's it. Okay, YouTubers, that concludes my playthrough of Stowaway 52. Unfortunately, among the footage that was lost was my original conclusion, so I'm going to do my best. Basically, just thanking everybody again for all of the encouragement you've shown, and anybody who left a comment, anybody who reached out to me via private message, or anybody who subscribed to my channel in the long year since I last uploaded a video. Thank you very much. Again, Stowaway 52, I believe, is a fantastic game, so I really recommend you go onto Project Danger's website and bombard the creator with emails begging him to release another 52 adventure. I think just like with me in these videos, any amount of support and encouragement can't possibly hurt. And so that's it for today. I'm looking forward to joining you again with my next playthrough. Possibly pandemic, possibly I'm going to hold off a little bit longer just to make sure I can actually go through the entire editing process without losing something. So anyway, that's it for today, and as I have decided on my catchphrase for signing off, I'm going to go ahead and say to you for the first time, that's all she wrote.